All right, everybody, we're live. We got Kyle on the podcast. Uh, Monty,
Yeah,
do you do your part of the intro? Come on now, come on.
I just did. Am I on mute? You didn't hear me say yeah,
Uh, uh,
the testosterone, the
yeah,
clap.
hey, we you did it now, so it's all done. It's all done. But we got Kyle on. He's a friend of mine and now a friend of Imani's. I hope.
Yeah, any friends of Matt is a friend of mine. You feel me?
All
You
right.
feel me? You feel me?
Okay. Hello. I don't know what to say. I'm Kyle. I'm friends with Matt, like I said. Um, you know, and I'm just glad to be here. To conversate about black issues. Yeah,
And
right.
social issues.
Okay. Gotcha. Correct. All right. I gotcha. But yeah, other than that, I'm just happy to be here. Happy to cooperate with you guys. There we go.
Hmm. All right.
All right. See, I like that. See, that was a nice stroke of kindness towards us. It's what everybody should be doing to each other. Strokes of
Yes.
kindness. Maybe I shouldn't use stroke. Maybe I shouldn't use stroke. But nice, just little waves of positivity towards people.
yes.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Yeah, man. I don't know. One thing I've been thinking about lately is how society, goes through, cultural shifts. And I was just thinking about the views on them, and I don't know. I was just going to ask you guys, like, what are your, overall views on cultural shifts in a society?
Wait, can you give an example just for like the viewers? Like because
Yeah.
there's that could literally mean anything. Like cultural shift that happened yesterday, man. Like
Yeah.
so.
I mean, just general stuff, things that, make us change as a society, like, I don't know, maybe like anti-war campaigns or something like that, or like, maybe changes in our culture or something like that. You know what I mean?
Kyle, you want to go first or?
Um, nah. It's okay. You
All right.
guys can start.
All right. Well, since this is kind of broad, I'm just gonna go anywhere with it. But I feel like a good example is just like, you know, 2020 was like that. We probably had like 20 million cultural shifts. The riots, Capitol, or quote unquote BLM riots, which I don't even want to compare those two, but that's already a touchy area, but itself. People dying, police brutality. Like I feel like, oh, let me go here. Actually, the biggest cultural shift is just how technology kind of impacts it. Cause look, I can go on Twitter right now and see like a man dying. That is not. I don't think that's healthy at all because you know a lot of people, they like like our ancestors, they probably seen one person die and it was probably peaceful, to a disease that wouldn't, not to a gun at least. They didn't see like some brains get blasted open or someone choked to death or anything like that. It's usually peaceful. But you could go on internet right now and just watch like people die or get ran over, get hit with missiles, like the psychological impact. Like I feel like we're seeing too much and our brain just can't handle it. So I feel like that's the biggest cultural shift. It's like, you know, it's like there's so much information that like what can your brain do? It's like it kind of hurts. It hurts seeing all that stuff in like a very vicious cycle. Like you're seeing it just like one after the other. Like it's kind of, I feel like that's the biggest cultural shift. Just like seeing like very vicious stuff like that is a huge cultural shift because now we're like it's like we're tense. We're extremely tense. Like our psyche shouldn't. I can't handle that at all.
Yeah. I mean, wait, one thing though, just off topic. You want to just like speak closer to the mic because it
Yeah,
got like a little muggy. Yeah.
that's extremely weird. I think it's because of the fan, but all right.
All right. Anyway, yeah, man. I mean, with all the like negative stuff, I feel like for me, like I'm all for like positive, like sensible cultural change, right? But there's also a thing where it doesn't, it's not always handled correctly. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I feel like with that, there's a lot of people who abuse cultural shifts. You know, like for instance, I'm going to speak as like from a comedian standpoint, right? Like I feel like a major cultural shift just happened during the beginning of 2015. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a positive one, but there was people who abused it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like
And I feel as though after that year, you couldn't joke around anymore. You know what I mean?
yeah, I feel
And
like you
just
know.
yeah,
hmm
yeah. I mean, again, we're kind of we're still in that cultural shift that started back in 2015. You know, we're
hmm
still in it, but it's just with I'm going to be specific. It's like I feel like sometimes the people who are abusing this cultural shift, they're saying, think the way we think, act the way we think, or we will, destroy you. And I don't think that's necessarily healthy, because with cultural shifts, I think you can't just push it on to people. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It can't just be like a ask no questions, do what we say sort of thing. It's like I feel as though certain things need to be eased into, because you have to understand, man, like, certain people from a certain generation aren't going to get what this generation is trying to fight for. You know what I mean? So instead of like just, going after them for just being, a certain way, you have to understand, like, their mindset towards something is different, and I feel like, it's really foolish to believe that you can just push new ideas onto people and think that they'll attach to it automatically and accept ideas, you know?
Are you just talking about like just acceptance? Like, for example, I can't, I don't, it's not on the top of my head actually, but um, I don't know if it was a joke or not, but like there was like they had like this new sexuality and it really was just pedophilia. That's really what it was, and they were just trying to push it as like, oh, you could love kids as a LGBTQ thing, which that's messed up, and that's an extreme, but that's like an
Yeah.
example you're probably talking about, just like things like that, like you
I
know,
mean, it's things like that and just general, just abuse of cultural shifts, you know?
yeah,
I'm,
it's like
I'm,
pushing a mindset into somebody else, and you're supposed to accept it, or else I don't know, you get canceled, put in a
yeah,
suitcase. But
and I understand why these things are rushed into, because, at the end of the day, we want to make progress fast, but, I'm sorry, but you can't just climb a mountain in 10 minutes. That's
yeah,
just
you
not how
can't.
it works. You can't. And you can't push, like, take older people, for example, you know what I mean? They won't
hmm
understand certain things about what we're trying to fight for. And that's completely acceptable, because, they're older people. You know what I mean?
hmm
And, I feel as though we shouldn't just be, slapping them in the face and calling them, okay, boomer, well, you're just old and you just don't get it. Screw you, F you, and get out of my face. You know?
I mean, sometimes we should do that. Sometimes that like that we shouldn't do
Yeah.
it at all. I mean, like I'm not saying we
Hmm.
should do it sometimes like that.
My
That
my
so, hmm
Yeah, but my thing is like, the the ask no questions thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's like putting a new food that nobody has ever seen before on your plate. It's like, and you just say eat it. It's like, I can't eat, ask questions. Like, what type of fish is this?
yeah,
You
that
know?
makes sense. Yeah, you can't. I see like that.
You know, we can't create a society where people are just expected to take on new ideals. I mean, wait, what? Jesus Christ. I meant, did I say that right? Oh, I don't know.
It sounded
But,
like we can't progress. That's what it sounded
uh,
like.
yeah, it sounded like you said we couldn't progress.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, people. I just finished cooking a whole dinner. Plus okay, look, man, I'm just trying to get this, I don't know what the hell I'm saying half the time. I'm half high right now because of the amount of stuff I've just done. Jesus Christ. Don't do drugs, by the way. Not that I'm doing.
uh,
Um, oh, Jesus, we're done. We're done. Anyway, no, what I was saying is, like, you shouldn't, my thing is like, you just can't push something onto someone without them asking questions, and when they ask questions, you shouldn't just penalize them for it. Try to explain it to them. That's my thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, and making progress, like it's going to take time. You can't just expect these things to happen immediately. You know what I mean? Like inclusion and all these things, it's like they can't just happen immediately. They happen over time.
Yeah.
You know, and if you do it just immediately, it looks fake. And you have to ask yourself, like, you know, with stuff like inclusion, it's like if you just throw different types of people into a project and say, "Hey, we got this," it looks fake, and it doesn't look like you actually want to do it because you care. You just want to, you know, get into the graces of everyone else, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, Jesus Christ, I'm too tired. I already told Imani, gee, I was like fuming before this podcast just because of the amount of stuff I had to do. So I apologize, viewers. I'm
Okay.
like half here. Okay, but
But
sorry, I'll go ahead.
yeah, any ideas, Kyle?
Um, Not really. Um, when it Me personally, when it comes to, you know, trying to trying to put ideas on people who won't understand, it can be hard. Because, well, for example, like Matthew said, old people, you know, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna understand, you know, something that seems new to them. Um, because, you know, that's just how they grew up and just knew things the way they were. I mean, things can change. You can just listen and, you know, try to hear other people out, hear other ideas. You know what I mean? But, you know, if someone is not willing to, what do you call it, you know, listen to you and you know, hear out that idea, you know, then that's that. You can't change that. You know,
You
you
know,
just have to leave that alone, no matter how much you want them to, uh, you know, acknowledge it and know that it's real. But, you know, sometimes you can't waste time with people like that. That's what I gotta say about it, really.
yeah, I mean, to add on to your point, like I feel like that like frustration where it's like people don't want to listen to each other. Just like I feel like it's just because one side is just being like, okay, this is how it is now. We have to live like this. And then the other side is like, wait, but what about this? No, no, no. And then guess what? That other side gets angry and then their arguments become illogical because when anger is, you know, put into any sort of argument, you know, it tends to become illogical. And then when these people don't want to listen on one side, the people who originated the started the change, and then they become angry, and then they go after. You know, it's just a constant battle. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, Kyle, you know, people, you know, we need to listen to each other. You know what I mean? Like we need to come to a compromise. You know, and yeah, I don't know. That's just my take on it.
I
You know?
mean, my take too. I you know, looking at it from a different perspective of what Kyle said, it's like, yeah, that's true. There's just some people we can't talk to. Matt, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oof.
it's just some people that, you know, you say something and it goes completely over their head. You know, that's the people we can't waste time with. You know,
Yeah.
because they won't understand. Like even if it's slightly progressive or slightly some political thing, and it's like, you know, some new stuff like old people, like for example, old people don't even know how to use technology. You think they're gonna understand, you know, the new stuff that we're doing in politics? No.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's just an example. There's still people with that type of
Yeah.
IQ. No offense to my old people, you know, that type of IQ, and they're like 26. You know, you
Well,
can't
it's not
really
an IQ. It's just a mindset.
mindset, IQ, both. I would say both. But you know, that it's just like you can't really be progressive with somebody that can't understand. You can't go forward with somebody that doesn't even know which direction is forward, doesn't even understand the concept of forward. So
Yeah, but those weren't the people I was referring to.
well, yeah, I'm just giving a different perspective. I'm not like
Yeah.
combating your point. I'm giving a different perspective.
No, I know you weren't, but it's just, my thing is like for people who actually want to talk and make a change. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like those people, we just butt with each other because, nobody wants to listen, because one side is so like stuck in the mud and they just don't want to move, and then another is just stuck in the mud. But here's the thing, like if we just leave each other in the mud, then are we just really going anywhere? Then there's two teams that are just
yeah.
going instead of one team, you know?
And it's just division now. We're fighting each other instead of the bigger problem. So
Yeah, I mean,
is that
Mhm.
what they want? Not.
I don't know, but I wanted to ask this question. Like, even with that, it's like, do you guys feel like America is more divided today than it ever was? Or,
Yes.
yeah, me too. I completely agree with that.
Um. Well, okay. Here's what I gotta say about it. Um. America was never really together. Let's be honest. And America is still divided and not divided, and is still divided today. Um. And it really depends. Like, what do you mean? Like, divided?
No, like we're in like two teams. You know what I mean? We're like playing teams.
Just in
Hmm.
general, it could be anything. It could be
Yeah.
teams of race, teams of politics, teams of anything. Like Xbox versus PlayStation. Like it's just so divided. Like anything, any difference you have with somebody that puts you on a team against them.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, teams of race. I mean, I wouldn't per se call teams, but when it comes to race itself, you know, a lot. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to race, but uh, especially when it comes to the racial issues, for example, of Black people in America, and how they're being treated by others and mostly white people. Um, you know, that's divided because, in my words, wait, am I allowed to curse?
Uh,
I mean, look, man, if you want to, whatever's natural, but we just let's try to keep it PG on this.
yeah, don't
Okay,
curse like
okay.
24/7. Not every sentence.
Yeah.
No, no, I would not do that. I'm just making sure because
Say
Yeah,
what
uh,
you want to say, man. It's all good.
cause just for the sake of the video, I'm just saying, a lot of people treat us like crap. That's what I'm gonna say. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Unless you understand what I'm trying to say so far.
yeah,
No.
yeah. I think we get it. Yeah,
You want me to go, Amani, or
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah? I mean, I mean, I feel like we're divided today. I think we're just split right down the center. Um, and
Mhm.
we're playing teams right now. And you know, I don't, I think it's caused by like lack of listening. You know, it's like those people who like listen to a black person's problems and then they're just like automatically right off the bat they're just able to say, well, it's like, did you really listen to the person?
Yeah,
Mhm.
You know, and it's like I always go back to that thing Anthony Mackie said. I think I discussed this with um Amani before. It's like he was saying because he was I don't remember exactly what he was saying. I think it was like, we need to listen to the other side. You know what I mean?
hmm,
Like we shouldn't just have this like, these people who are listening to black people's problems, they shouldn't just be like off the cuff. They shouldn't just have like, this a mate response, like why don't we, listen? You know what I mean? instead of just, being like, oh, well, because of this, it's like, yeah, but look, man, why, just listen. You know what I mean? And, if you look at the facts and it backs up what the person is trying to say, then we should go with that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll give you an example, right? Like, actually, I can't even think of an example.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to be just like, I don't know. I'm all I'm saying is, like, I feel like I'll just speak for like political debates. When I see, like, somebody who's like talking about black issues, right? And then the other person is just right off the cuff. Well, that's untrue because it's like, yeah, but did you really listen to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you know if you're not living in their skin? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Times it's like, you got to think that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
What do you call it? Most of the time, when people are saying to people who are saying that, they don't really know what it's like to be black. They don't really know what it's like to be me with my life in goddamn America. That's number one. They don't really understand, and they just want to try to basically shut us down and, tell us that our issues, in a sense, don't matter and that we can't feel the way we feel, etc. We just, um, I'm stuck right there because I forgot what I was going to say, but that's basically it, really.
All right, my turn then. Yeah, so I definitely agree with that point too, but I feel like in general thing, it's just like, I don't know, the best way I could describe it is like mini civil wars, because again, if there's something that, like, there's a difference between you and another person, you're now on another side. So it could be as simple as like, what computer you have, or, Apple versus Android, all that stuff. And now it's like now, like, you're pinned against each other. Now you got to argue and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, can we just have a difference and, say, hey, you know what, I'm going to respect it, and stuff like that. A lot of people are not willing to do that for some reason. And it just becomes like just a back and forth where people are just talking, not listening, like Matt said. And it's stupid to me. It's like, bro, we might as well just, like, if I play basketball, you play football, we're both athletes. Like, I don't know why we got to, argue which is better, like, and stuff like that. So yeah, and even simple things like that, and it even could go to race and like politics and stuff like that. But it's still the same argument, just different words being thrown at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think, that prevents good conversation, that team-like mentality, do you feel like good conversation is scarce nowadays? Productive conversation, I should say.
That's such a horrible question, because that almost caused me to go into a rant. Like, it's a huge yes. That's a huge, like, yeah. You can't have a simple conversation, man. And it annoys me, because if you do, it's like this weird thing where people see you having a productive conversation. Y'all are going so deep, especially on the internet. Like, I've seen it too many times, and the amount of times I wanted to, like, grab somebody through the screen. It's like they're not capable of joining the conversation, so they just sit there and blabber something completely off topic, and then somebody else joins because that's the only thing they could talk about, and it just ruins the productivity. Like, it's just, even something as deep as like some philosophy, and stuff like that. People seem to not have the capacity to join that conversation, spread their own views, and they just ruin the conversation. I've seen a lot of combos just ruined, like, the spam, the chat, like, all that stuff. Like, you can't, it's almost like it's bad to have a productive conversation. Like, it's like, all we need to talk about is, the weather, all this stuff. Even on a general level, just all that stuff. And it's like, bro, like, even a conversation about politics and nobody getting mad at each other, that's really rare. It's extremely rare. So it's like as soon as it's like there's so many triggers and stuff like that. I even had a coworker at work tell me like because I got his number, so like if I call him up for anything to have a convo, he's cool with it because that's how rare it is. He has to get my number just to talk to me. And he was like, he went up to me randomly and said, "Yo, like before I really talk to you about stuff, like you don't have any like you're not gonna get mad at stuff or anything like that because I know people that do that." And I was like, "No, I wouldn't." And for him to even ask that question, it was like, damn. Like people really just get mad over a convo nowadays. Like if you say the wrong thing, you say Republican, it's over. Like it's just
Yeah. I mean, I think you know what it is too. Like I feel as though a lot of people there's like a predisposed opinion about other people.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a predisposed by something like that.
Yeah, predisposed by it. Yeah, or like just if you wear this tag, like if you're on this team, this is the checklist that applies to you. If you're on that team, this is the checklist that applies to you. And I'm gonna bring it to like
it's really stereotypes. It's more stereotypes than anything else.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, stereotypes are kind of predisposed opinions, right? It's like what's it called? Yeah, it's like, one of the examples I think of is like, if somebody was having a conversation with somebody from BLM and then they just thought, their predisposed opinion of them was, oh, well, you must support, rioting and looting and all this, stuff. And, that's not right to do. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't, And it also goes to the other side where it's like if somebody is on the right side of the aisle, you automatically assume, they're hyper religious, they don't want to change, all this, you know what I mean? Like having these predisposed opinions, it doesn't help conversation. We need to be open to one another. That's how it is. And, I understand the point of, well, you know what, if some people just don't want to move with me, then guess what? I got to move on. I completely understand that. But it's like, wouldn't it be better if we just found a way to compromise and just like went forward together? Because, look, if we just like all just came together, I truly believe like most issues will be solved. Like we brought this up in the previous podcast. It's like, why are we spending all this time arguing? Why are we doing it? Why don't we just like, listen to each other, take each other's ideas and be like, you know what? That's kind of true. You know what? Yeah, you're right. And guess what? If there's two things that we just can't agree on, then guess what? We'll take 50% of this, 50% of that. Boom, 100%. 50 for you, 50 for you. Right?
Well, it depends, like what they could be talking about. Some things you can't come together on. You can't really, be a single unit.
Most things I feel like you can, right?
Yeah, I definitely kind of agree with you both. Like, there's some things you can't fully agree on, but there's this thing where you don't have to argue about it. It's like, that's really the message of it. Like, okay, we may disagree on a few things, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. That doesn't mean we can't fight together on the things that we do believe in, or support each other in what we do believe in. Like, for example, it's not like, like let's say I come out as gay, Matt is gonna still support me. He's not gonna be like, ew, he's not gonna do that. So it's like that. Like he's still like, I assume he supports gay people, but like.
I mean, I don't give a shit what you are, as long as you're a good person, that's all that matters.
Exactly. But like hypothetically, let's say, he has a little homophobic in him. Hypothetically, I'm not accusing him. And he still supported me. That is a very strong thing nowadays to do that. Like, oh, I disagree with it, but you know what? He's a cool dude. I like what he's doing. Let him do him. That for that to come out somebody's mouth is so rare. So it's like, either way, it shouldn't get in the way of what we do.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, it's just with a lot of things, it's you also have to ask like people who don't support certain things. It's like, first of all, why do you give a shit? Oh, well, I cursed. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, especially with the whole like my thing on these people who are always like homophobic is like, is it like your life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do you give? Like, why do you care? You know? It's like I don't know. It's like that whole like I'm gonna use homophobia as an example. It's like in America, are we supposed to have like freedom to do what we want? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I like in terms of that issue, it's like I've always agreed with the example of like why is the government involved in marriage? You know? Like why
Wait, I
is
didn't
the
even
government
think
in
about that.
anybody's love life? Like I never understood it. Like why like it always like in the early 2000s that whole like law against like you know two men getting married or two women, it's like I always looked at it and it was just like, yeah, but is it like hurting anyone? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't know, man. It's just stuff like that. It's just you gotta ask. It's like what, huh? Like
No, no, it's not gonna hurt nobody.
yeah, exactly.
Cause we call it I'm part of the LGBTQ, and a lot of people are being homophobic, and they care so much about you know me. Let's say I kiss a man, right, and someone's gonna be I don't like that. I don't like that you did that, and that is disgusting. That should be, it's just like, leave me alone. Let me be gay. Let me be bisexual. Let me be lesbian, etc. Let me be who I want to be. Okay. Um, like people just need to just basically what I'm trying to say is people just need to leave each other alone and let them do what they want to do. Yeah.
And I could agree with that 100%. Like like if a gay person kiss another gay person, all right. Me personally, I don't want to. I don't want to look at them making out. I'm not gonna stare, like very closely. But if they're doing that, I'm just gonna look away and go about my day. Hey, I prefer y'all in a room at least. But like like any couple. But if y'all making out outside, hey, that's the freedom, baby. That's what we're in America for. Like just for things like that to just potentially have the what you would call it, the freedom to do it. So like it doesn't matter what other people are doing. It's not like like a gay person kiss and then the stock market drops. Like I don't see what's the problem. Like it offends your religion. Okay, I mean people have the option to not be religious. So whether you agree with that or not either is like
Hey
can't really
man,
force
I
other
got no
people.
problem with it. It turns me on any other way, whichever way.
I
I'm shook.
I was just making a joke, Jesus.
Nah. We understand bisexual. Nah,
Hey, but if I was, who cares?
that just got me
Yep.
I have no words.
there.
I don't know. I don't care. If I see two people kissing, it's just all right, cool, whatever. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I got at the end of the day, I'm just biking here, with my bike. I'm just moving. Oh God, pothole! Oh Jesus, fell on
Yep.
my face.
Mhm.
Anyway, God, I'm bad at jokes, but anyway, let's move on.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like you were talking about. I just heard a Star Wars theme for a second.
No, I heard that too. It sounded like a
Yeah.
chair like moving, but it was like the pieces are metal. It's like one of those bar stools.
Kyle's our first guest who's in space. He's riding in the Millennium Falcon as we speak.
As we speak.
Yeah, man. I'm riding in space. I'm going to Mars.
Yeah. Speaking about space, I finally listened to a little bit of the Dark Side of the what is that Pink Floyd thing called? Dark Side of the Moon, right? We're going so.
We just went left. All right, thanks. The
Hey,
Dark
man.
Side of the Moon. Is it a good album?
Not bad.
Pink Floyd.
Yes, it's this
I
album.
never really listened to Pink Floyd.
I haven't either. I think it is because I only listen to strictly underground rap, but I know this is a good album, as you know, 97% likes. But I think, yeah, it came out in 1970. It's one of those old ones, you know, when everyone was smoking crack rock and stuff and just making great music.
Yeah, I was just about to joke there. Yeah, it definitely sounds like somebody was on some weed or something while
Yeah,
making
man.
that. It doesn't sound bad though. I like the cover art too. It's simple. It's a message across. So, yeah. Jeez, we just went like
that was just off topic as hell.
Yeah. But anyway, hey man, this is all natural podcast, you know, unfiltered.
That's what the raw means.
Yes, and there's also another meaning to it, but we won't get into that. Anyway,
you got to pay for that one.
Yeah, we got to pay. Yeah, you got to pay for that one. We'll tell you afterwards, Kyle. You get the inside scoop.
Okay.
I love the voice he did. Like he was just like, yeah, you know, maybe I don't want to hear it.
I'm just nodding, smile.
Yep. Yeah. But you know, you're talking about your. If you don't mind, you want to, you know, maybe go into that a little bit more, or feel comfortable
about what?
You know, just experiences, just as a person. You know,
Wait, was that a question? Was that a question to me or him?
No, Kyle.
Oh, like in the LGBTQ? Is it?
Yeah, both being black and being LGBT.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. You know, why not? You know, I mean, my experience, you know, so far, you know, it's been going well. You know, I haven't really met anybody who like didn't really like, I guess, accept me. You know, a lot of people in the community, most of my friends are part of the community, I would say, and, you know, all pretty cool people. You know, it's just, you know, not all straight people, but like I'm saying from my experience, some you know, straight people just kind of like, in a sense, like treat us differently because we are who we are, and you know, it's just it's not fair. You know,
what do you mean treat you differently?
Like
maybe are a little weirded out or a little excited around you, or something?
Like a lot of people. Okay, you know, let me emphasize more. A lot of people, like, I would say, would be like weirded out. Maybe just make unnecessary comments like, "Oh, that's disgusting. That shouldn't be allowed." Like I was saying earlier, you know.
How many times does this happen?
How many times? A few times. You know, not only to me, but like,
other people who you know.
Yeah, other people who I knew, and sometimes the people I knew, would make those comments to other people who are gay or lesbian, trans, whatever. You know what I mean? You know, it's unnecessary energy, and what I would say about it is like, why would you want to be a person to be going around and spread negativity? Um, you
Because
know,
it's just the times, Kyle. That's what it is, man. We just spread negativity. That's just the freaking times, and it's just not good, you know?
you know what? You're right. I'm gonna go spread some negativity right now.
Hey man, if you
Um,
spread positivity, the
You're
universe.
crazy. You're crazy.
Well,
You know?
besides the crazy part, people will call you crazy, but you know what? Wouldn't the universe? Yeah, you get
yes.
you spread
Yeah.
positivity, you receive positivity,
Right.
just in the right locations. That sounded
Mhm.
weird, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten it too. I had people just just I don't know, on some weird things, just like come up straight up to me and say, hey, you're not black, you don't act black, just like random things like that, man. It's
God,
just
that was the weirdest
Yeah.
thing. I remember when you told me that.
it's
Jesus.
just
We're like, what?
people really just like they I don't know what goes on in their brain to like it's they sit there, they look at you, they think, and they come to that conclusion, some weirdo conclusion about you, and then walk over to you and tell you that conclusion. Like it's just
Do they think
Mm-hmm.
all black people just act one way? You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's just like, I don't
Well,
know.
Cause
even besides that, I'm saying in general, it's like people like you don't look at Matt and like say,
Oh, he's probably going into tech, you know?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Just
You
like
know?
the
You know what I
assumptions are crazy. Like you really just took the time out your day to assume. Like, wow.
yeah.
But what
Cause
were you
like
saying, Kyle?
yeah, no, what you guys said is good too. Um, like in general, I was just saying that like, you know, I wouldn't want to be a person to who goes around and spreads negativity. Excuse me, I don't do that. Like I'm not a negative person. I would want the best for everybody. Uh, but my main point is that what I would want for people to do is just if you don't have anything good to say about the LGBTQ or people of color, then don't fucking say it. Either way, I don't understand why you would think that, and um, yeah, but it's just wrong. It's just wrong, and I think a lot of people need to understand that. I feel like people understand that uh being born we were born this way and there's something we can do about it, and I feel like more people accept us nowadays, but just to a few people in the back, just maybe just think about what you're doing, what you're gonna say to me, and um just just don't say. That's just for the people in the back. That's all. Okay.
Mm.
That's it. So far, I would say.
Can I?
Anything else? You want to ask?
Well, I wanted to bring up a scenario that happened to me.
All right.
Uh, uh,
So I actually had a friend one time. They came out to me, right?
mm,
I was like, they did it in the middle of me telling a story too. And then
Okay.
you remember this, right, Imani?
I actually, well, it would be a good reminder. I don't remember a lot of things, man. I
All
suck
right,
at it, but
it's
that's
so
besides the
great,
point.
right? So they said it to me, and then I was just like, okay, yeah, cool. And then I kept saying my story, and and all I said was okay, cool. And then all I what's it called? Afterwards, I just kept saying my story, and the person didn't interrupt me, and they said that's it, and I said yeah, that's it. What do you want me to do about it? I don't know. That's just who you are. Whatever. I don't care. You know. And yeah, I just kept saying my story, and the person like they got angry at me. And my thing was like, yeah, because I don't like care what you are. I don't care, and like looking at it, I understand why, because I understand like coming out for a lot of people is a very challenging thing. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, it's like, we want certain things normalized, yet when somebody comes across and normalizes it by just saying, okay, yeah, it's just like any other thing, it's just like any other relationship.
No, Matt, you're supposed to punch them, call them a not.
I
I don't
like
know.
I don't know why they got angry at me. I just said, okay, yeah, cool. I don't care, do whatever you
Like,
want.
I mean, question, like, was it? Did you have like a certain tone of voice when you said it? Because, like, sometimes.
No, I just said that's cool, man. Whatever. And then
I like if you know Matt, it probably most likely was monotone as hell. Like it's like how he's speaking now.
yeah,
It
I
was
don't
like
have
all
any
right,
emotion when I say stuff. I was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever.
Yeah,
exactly like that.
Like,
just making sure, because, like,
no, Kyle, what do you think, Kyle? I just said, that's okay. Oh, that's fine. Like, no, what do you expect me to say? Yeah, that's cool, whatever. I don't care.
Exactly. You expect her to be mad,
Like, what am I supposed to do? This is like, I don't have a problem with none of it. That's like me being angry at somebody for being like Chinese. It's like, what? Huh? Like, I don't want to. Like, what?
you're Chinese. Like
Yeah, it's like,
no,
what? Oh, gee, like, yeah. Sorry. Anyway.
no.
But I was just like telling him, like, hey, I did what everybody in the LGBTQ community is asking. I treated your relationship like it was normal, which it is. And you're getting angry at me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I understand it because I think, it took a lot out of them. And I even said that to the brother. I think that's why you're angry. And
Mhm.
I said, but look, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's cool, whatever. I don't care, you know? And I don't think you should
Mhm.
be getting angry for me because you know what? Like when I look at, a gay couple, I don't see anything but just a couple. That's it. You know? Like I just don't care. Do whatever you want to do. You know?
Yeah.
Stop coming at me, for nothing. Like I don't get it.
Mhm.
Oh
Mhm.
God, I'm probably getting canceled on Twitter after this, but
I'm already scrolling through, man. I think
oh
it's over.
Jesus, God.
Wait. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
But yeah, people just really need to come out for themselves, really.
Hmm.
Um, you know, maybe, maybe that like person maybe expected you to say a little bit more, maybe to ask questions, etc. But um, but they can't, uh, expect anything out of you because they don't know what you're going to say. Even if they had an idea, they can't keep focusing on the idea of what you're what possibly going to say. You know, not everybody is going to be, oh my God, that's so great. Some people like you, Matt, are just gonna give a very simple monotone answer and just be like, oh, all right, cool.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's like I will admit, like I just lack emotion a lot this time. I'm just like, you know what I mean. I'm just excited when I come on the podcast because I'm doing what I love, and we're having good conversation with people, and it's just I don't know, it's whatever. I'm not like upset about it. It's just kind of I don't know, a weird thing where I did what people wanted me to do, but they got angry at me, so I don't,
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, even though then I don't even agree with them in the first place. It's just like, they probably, they were hyped up like, oh my God, I'm finally gonna say what I've been meaning to say for years, and then it's just like, it's just,
Yeah.
the landing was just that was it. You know, it was just like, and then you get, I don't understand getting mad at it, but I don't know what was expected. It's like, I
Yeah,
guess
but
they,
Amani, if they were my friend and they knew me, what do you think I was gonna say?
oh, that is a good point. They
You
should
know,
know that
like
you wouldn't care.
what do people say about me at school? I'm just the quiet Indian kid. I'm just the quiet Indian kid.
Yeah, you
I'm
just you
just a
just walk
monotone.
around and you know you talk your talk and then walk away. That's it. Like,
That's all, you know. I just what do you expect from me? I don't know. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care. Do whatever you want. You know,
hmm
why are we even having this convo in the first place? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
like people should just be able to do what they want. That's what I believe. You know, as long as it's not harmful towards other people, that's it, you know? And
hmm
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. Um I don't know. Kyle, you know, when people, you know, I'm going back to what you were saying about, you know, people who don't listen. It's like when you express your, you know, what's called experiences and all that, and people who, you know, just dismay it automatically, you know, how does that make you feel inside, if you don't mind me asking?
Like how when people just don't listen to me, period.
No, it's like, you know, they listen, but it's not necessarily a productive sort of listening. It's more of just
Oh,
you know, if you just brought up, you know, if you got in a debate with somebody about
They're just
conversation,
waiting to talk. That's
yeah, or it's not even that. It's just like if you brought up, you know, I don't know, like stuff like with black people in the police, and like, you know, you brought up your concerns, and then somebody would just be like, yeah, but you know, those people had to have something on them or whatever. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. They just
yeah.
dismay your, you know, hurt inside with
Hmm.
you know, hollow arguments essentially.
Okay, um, kind of funny because what do you call it? Like, I would say like a month ago, 2 months ago, I would say pretty recent, at least to me. Kind of had a a situation like that. Uh, what do you call it? I was talking to a friend of mine. Well, they're not my friend anymore, but you know, at the time they were, and I was just trying to simply, you know, talk to them about how what do you call it? PewDiePie, if you didn't know, PewDiePie said the N word twice. You know, even though he like apologized for, I don't apology. It was not not a good apology in my opinion. And I was just trying to express that to them, and and they're like, they got upset because I guess like because they felt like I talked about racism
Right.
too often. And now that
I
can be
mean,
one thing.
yeah, but what? Sorry, but with the apology thing, like, you know, what is? I wanted to ask you, like, if somebody just did a short apology, but they got straight to the point of like, you know what, I take complete accountability for what I did. I know I am in a, because for me, right, the long apologies, they just, for me, I'm always like, is that really genuine? You know, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, I've always people who use a lot of word salad in their apologies, I just feel as though they don't genuinely want to apologize, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, if I ever screwed up, you know, I don't think I mean, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do, but regardless, it's like if I ever screwed up for anything, it's like I'm just going to say like, I know I can be better. I know, there's, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't have like a planned out thing for it, obviously.
Did you
But
do something, Matt? Not.
what? I
No,
don't know.
it's
Did
just-
I? I don't even know. But
um,
all I know is, the N word doesn't pop up in my mind too often. I don't think it ever does, to be honest with you. But
mhm, yeah.
um,
You know, yeah. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
you know,
No matter long and short, I was just trying to say that I didn't accept his policy, and I felt like it wasn't really genuine in my opinion.
it's your
However,
personal opinion, basically, essentially, your feelings.
uh, however, um, you know, what do you call it? When I was talking to her, here's where I'm going with this. This is why I'm telling the story. Basically, it felt like she was just basically saying, "Well, you know what? You shouldn't be feeling this way because he did this a long time ago, and your feelings aren't wrong, and you should deal with it the way I'm trying to tell you how to deal with it." And
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, that's not right at all.
no, it is not. And it was just like, it was very random because she was like the type of person who didn't, I guess, like, didn't like want to seem racist, and she wanted to be a good ally, uh, you know, be a good ally, and and spread awareness and all that. But yet she turns around and doesn't listen to me at all, and just stays ignorant and stuck up, and just kind of, and also not only that, left the conversation one-sided, and which was unfair to me because I didn't really get to say what I want to say. she, she just kind of talked a whole essay and was like, no, I don't want to finish the conversation because I said what I had to say, and that's that. And that's unfair. That there's
You,
no excuse.
you know why? Because I think a lot of people who, when their idols get criticized, they can't take it very much. You know what I mean?
Well,
Mm,
that's one side of it. That's one side of it. I feel like also there's a lot of people who, they act like they're an ally, and then as soon as, they're one of their favorite content creators or entertainment people, go against what they did, I mean, go against their thingies, they still, you know, follow them. They're like, no, like this is the exception to the rule right here because this dude is famous and I watch him. It's like you should stay consistent. Well, most of the time, sometimes like but this specific scenario, like you should stay consistent. But because it's somebody that you watch, it's like no, he didn't do anything wrong and he can't. It's like okay, I
You're a
guess
stand then.
yeah, you're a stand. It's like like it shows that whatever you really stand for is not really it's not fortified properly. You could just hop off it whenever you feel like. So it's also that too.
It's like people who have ideas, but when it comes to their side, oh no, 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 something like that, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah. Um. Yeah. I agree with both of you. It's very much that people, like, when they're idol, quote unquote idol, or any content creator, like, gets criticized and you know gets called out for doing something absolutely wrong. uh you know uh People just don't want to listen, uh and a lot of people want to act like an ally, and it's very sometimes it could be performative, in a way, and it's really fake. Um,
Just to get the social media likes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
yeah. So my point is, you know,
Yeah, I get it.
people just stop that. Just it's disgusting to me. Um, like, why are you gonna tell me you want to change or you want to listen, but then you don't want to do that? If you can't do that, then you don't truly, support me. In my opinion, you don't truly support me as a person and as a friend. So yeah, that's what I had to say. It just feels like BS, and it feels like I'm really wasting my time with those type of people.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's just so I wanted this to be my last topic. It's extremely political, right? I don't know if it's extremely.
Go to Big Bomber.
What do you think of reparations?
Reparation?
Yeah, reparations for slavery.
Like get basically like getting repaid for slavery, like all the work that we did, like the families or the children of the slaves get money from it in one way or another. It doesn't have to be directly, it could be in schools, like basically money into the Black community.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Hmm, hmm. I mean, like, if we're gonna get like, if the Black community is gonna get money for, you know, slavery that happened, many years ago. Um, it, I guess like sure, like
But it goes way beyond that.
yeah, like it's weird to me.
I mean, do you?
Like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it right now. Like I need to give it some thought.
All right. I mean, you wait. Can I say my piece on it, or
Are you
Sure.
are, are you black shirt now?
see? That's how conversation doesn't happen. All right. You see that? You see that, people? That was a good example of mine. See, this is why you're my favorite person. This is why.
Wait, no, I had to cut. Can I go first?
I let you talk. I let you talk on the Indian one, didn't I? All right.
All
How
right.
fair is that?
All right, all right. You want to go
You
first? Go
Go
first.
first. You go first. I'm
All
getting
right.
silence, people. You believe this? No, I'm just joking.
I feel like you can't. The last thing we can do is just you know, just say, all right, we're giving out $10,000 to every black person. Like it's a direct deposit. What was that? The stimulus check, but for black people, it's like no. You know why? Because they're gonna spend it. $10,000 gone. Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is a major problem in the black community. We are not financially literate. We get our money, spend it on Gucci when we should be spending it on the black-owned businesses that we have, or at least investing, doing something. But we're not doing it.
Stocks.
Stocks, so cryptocurrency, index funds.
Maybe not crypto. Maybe not crypto.
Depends on the crypto, but
Uh,
still, we can't outright get the money because everyone's gonna spend it. That's literally what's gonna happen. So either there's one or two things that I've been thinking of. It's just the government disproportionately helps black people, and even then, that's not even fair. Because what about the white people? With the Spanish, all this stuff, like it's just a disproportionate thing. Or a way more complicated way is creating bills that affects everyone, but disproportionately affects black people. Like for example, Trump had something like that for his 2020 campaign, but that was under the radar, and he's not the president. So we're not getting that, even if that was going to help anyway. So I don't know what else we could really do. I'm not fully sure because I don't even think this is even going to go through in our lifetime, if at all. So, but I'm just throwing ideas.
You want my take on it?
Yeah.
So let me say this, right? If it is individual checks to ancestors of slaves, right? I'm not paying for it. You know why I'm not paying for it? Because I didn't do none of that. I was back in India getting, indentured servitude, making, cloth, tea, all that stuff. I did my time. You know, but but in all seriousness, you know what I want my money to go towards?
Mm-hmm.
I want my money to go towards areas in the United States that need the money. And let me tell you something.
So black communities not.
In a lot of these places, because of past laws, like Jim Crow and all that, like there's a lot of black people in those like poor areas. You know what I mean? Because of past like stupid laws.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just black people that are there. It's just poor people that are there.
Mm-hmm.
And my money, my tax money, I prefer it going into these areas to help everybody in there because I feel like that issue isn't just a black issue anymore. It's just it's a wealth issue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if that money is put into these areas for better schools, I think education is honestly like the
Overall
solution.
poop anyway, but
Well, you know what I'm saying. Just if we get more people better education, I think things will resolve. And also, we need to put more money so bigger businesses will invest in these area, creating more jobs.
exactly.
And
What if we need a Target in the middle of the hood? That's what we need, but we can't get that. You know
yeah.
why? Because they don't like us. But
Or not even that, community centers,
that
people
too.
where kids don't have to go to bad outlets. You like biking, let's set up a nice trail for people to bike on. you know
Mm-hmm.
you like skateboarding, let's build a skate park. Hell, you like laser tag, let's build a laser tag thing. I don't know, something like improve these places. Because I don't think individual checks towards individuals is going to help anything.
It's not. It's really
But
not.
yeah, like you said, you know, people are just going to spend it on, the new Samsung XJ765, a 1 million K, TV. You know,
Quad, like dual quad screen, folded
yeah,
4 times. Like
yeah, and that's just my thing. I like if it's checks to individuals, I think that's completely unfair to some of the people that are paying it. Because first of all, the white people who are paying it, they didn't do none of that. Their ancestors did it. You know what I mean? And it's also like people like me are going to be paying for it, where I was suffering in a different place. You know, so again, I don't know, man. It just all comes down to like we need to spend the money better in America. You know,
mm-hmm.
we're not putting it. It's like if you and me got a podcast studio and we kept the same equipment for like the next 20 years.
Yeah, this is gonna be poop. That's just
Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, you need to help the pillars. You can't just keep building this huge build. You can't just keep building this huge building and expecting these old pillars to just keep it up. We need to invest. We need better pillars. That's what we need. You know, and
and that's 100% true.
yeah, you know, um, yeah, I don't know. That's just my take on it. So
Well, I 100% agree because I actually had a conversation at my workplace with a dude, and I was like, "Yo, I came from the Bronx." Well, he was complaining about 2 things. Like he asked me, "Yo, are they building stuff, yada yada, in this very particular part of the land of America?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're building this little mall here." And I'm like, and he was like, "Damn, like they really needed to do that because there's not much to do, you know, especially during COVID. Everyone's just doing weed, and I was like, damn, I never looked at it like that. And he was like, yeah, like, why do you think like if there's nothing on particular area, what do you think they're gonna do? And I was like, that is true. I mean, I don't have that problem, so I wouldn't know. But and then I was like, yo, I came from the Bronx, like, you know, a couple years before, and he was like, oh, that place is equally as bad because it doesn't have this and this either. And I was like, Jesus, like, I guess these areas, you know, particularly black areas, you know, poor areas actually, too, they don't have anything, and that spirals into a very, you know, devastating cycle. Because what is there to do? It's not like you can get a go-kart in the middle of the street like in Japan, start riding around like it's Mario Kart. I want to do that cool stuff. I can't. I can't. So it's like, you know, like, yeah, like, you know, the reparations is just create things, you know, better schools, better facilities, you know, especially more basketball courts. You know, it'd be nice, but, you know, it's just
Give it to the people who made the country. You know, give it to everybody here who's, you know, working. You know,
exactly.
like, where is this damn money going to? You know, it's like, where is it? You know, my mom was
1
like,
trillion is.
my mom. Oh, sorry, but my mom was like complaining. It's like, look at where we live. Look at how messed up. I'm not going to say where we live because that's confidential information. But
Yeah.
it's like, look at the streets. Look at there's no, you know, there's all these potholes. All, you know, these old buildings from the 70s. It's like we're supposed to be the richest country in the world, and this is what we got. You know.
Yep.
And it's like, you know, we do it. We spend it on, like, you know, we need, you know, new jets every single year. It's like, what war are we fighting? I think we're set for another couple of years, don't you think? You know,
A couple centuries. We got nukes we never seen before. Like,
hell, I saw a video of this huge copter, one of these military copters, and you know what was a mess up, Imani?
what?
This thing flew up off a helicraft carrier, right? It was the go up. I think it was the Boeing H. That go to the one with images. No, what? No, not that one. The Boeing H. Yeah, that one. The one you're right on.
You said H, like you said C8. Hey,
Oh wait, did I say H?
You just said straight H, so that could have meant anything.
Jesus, sorry. I think this was the plane I saw. One of these things, right?
Yeah.
You know what was a mess up? One of these things flying off the helicraft carrier and crashing into the ocean. How much does that thing cost? Let me ask. How much does that thing cost?
Hold on.
Oh my God! You could have built a new school. Like, what is this? That thing just went in the ocean, and
Nobody can.
I saw nobody like rushing or nothing. It was like, you know. It's like, what? Oh my God.
25 million just Vince Carter honey dipped into the
It looked
ocean.
like it was 32 million. It was a bigger one. Jesus Christ. Oh my! Look up the video. Let's watch this. Come on now. Sorry, geez, we're going so off.
So no, this is important though. Like, this is like, instead of helping black.
Just go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in military helicopter crashes off.
Autocorrect, Ronnie.
Jeez, we're getting so off topic, but you know, it's
this is still important though. It's like, this is where our money's going, while we, everybody else,
Okay, wait. See, I kind of like blacked out for like 2 seconds.
No.
What in the? What's the word?
No.
There we go. PG-13, everybody. Fudge is going on here.
Wait, Imani, look up helicopter crash off aircraft carrier.
Off aircraft. Hold on. Aircraft. I can't spell, bro. Basically, we're showing off everything.
Oh, that one. The first one. Oh my God, I couldn't believe this. Wait.
All right, hold on. I'll crack.
Where is it? Jesus Christ, man. Where is this damn thing?
Did it happen so early? Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. I think there it is. Okay. Well, yeah. There we are.
So instead of helping, the black community, this is where our money is currently going. Damn, as you see here, we have a helicopter flying in $32 million that could have went to our local schools. flying into the aircraft, and that probably cost $1 billion by itself.
No, those cost $10 billion, by the way. Those aircraft carriers.
Oh, that's even worse.
No, wait.
So the wind is getting a little strong. That's 32 million. It's tilting. It's currently tilting. 32 million looking like it's about to do a 360 into the ocean, and there goes 32 million.
Go. Whole school gone right there.
Whole school gone. There it is. Yeah. Whole school disappeared.
You got $1 billion. I correct myself. It wasn't 10. It was $1 billion aircraft carrier and a $32 million carrier aircraft right there.
Yep. Instead of reparation.
Yeah. Kyle is just lost for words right now.
Yeah, it makes you think. It just makes you think. Like,
so instead of helping Black community, unwealthy communities, you wanna put 2 million, fucking not even 20, 33, whatever the fuck. I mean, not that word. Fudge. There we go.
Yeah. Fudge tastes good too.
Yes, fudge does taste good. Basically what I'm trying to say here is that, like, you wanna spend $2 million on a goddamn helicopter, but you can't help a wealthy community. This is what I gotta say to that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That's what I gotta say. Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, Jesus. It's oh my God. And you know what? I don't think anything's gonna change with the new guys in either, to be honest with you. I highly doubt it. I just lost faith in everyone at this point,
Yeah, man, that money is not coming anytime soon.
Dude, like, look at China. They got lights on the side of their skyscrapers. When Corona was going on, they literally, lit up all these buildings with these red and these, symbols on them. I'm assuming those were warning symbols, but it's like, why can't we have none of that,
Oh,
whoa!
Oh my God! Look at that infrastructure.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Hold on, I gotta move the screen share thing. Okay, and then, look at that, man.
What in the what in the anime?
Look at all that. Oh, isn't this the 240 mile per hour train? Yeah. And then we got oh my God! And then what we got? We got Wait, is this showing our names, by the way? Because it keeps... Okay, good. All right.
No, go back to where you saw our names.
No, is it showing now?
Do it again.
Oh.
Okay. No, it keeps showing the participants tab randomly, and I kept getting scared about it.
I don't think it came.
If you don't see it, that's what matters.
All right. Yeah.
All right, our full first and last names was flashing, but you didn't see it, so I guess because it was there for a couple seconds. But
yeah, it's still gonna censor it though, just in case.
If you see it. So
China infrastructure.
I'm trying to spending in the wake of China. They actually they put their money somewhere productive. I mean productive.
There you go.
Can I get a picture? Continue reading.
I feel like regardless, I think the universal message here is I think we need to put money into places that need it, essentially.
Yeah, instead of sitting here arguing about who, what, when, where, why, how about we go do? Not just...
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we just go do it?
Yep.
And look, I don't know. I think we just need to listen to each other a little bit more.
Yep.
Yeah. But Kyle, got anything else to say?
Anything else to say? No, not really, but yeah, I agree, People just need to listen to each other, stop being ignorant. And if you aren't gonna listen to me, then I'm suing you and I'm taking all your money. Thank you.
Yes, we gotta sue him for not allowing us to speak. I want to flex my First Amendment.
Yes, first.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say second, but that's really shooting guns, and I am not. I mean, we could have flexed that too, but no.
Let's not.
All right. I'm just saying. You know.
But yeah, I don't know. Should we end it now or?
I think that's all we got, right, Matt? You know, you got any more insightful, inspirational, enlightening questions?
Nope. I think the highlight of this episode was the plane was the thing going into the ocean. To be honest,
A whole middle school slamming into the ocean.
Yeah.
Be a winner, then get a turkey football.
Yeah, but
Cookie sandwich? No. All right, I guess that's it, man. I guess that's it.
Yeah, that is it.
yeah. Yep. Hopefully this creates some conversation. Hopefully. People, why don't we take the lint out of our ears? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
You like get those funky ears, get a Q-tip and clean them out and start listening. Like,
Yeah, man.
You know.
Get a large Q-tip, stick it in your ear hole. It's all good.
Yeah. Because a conversation without without listening is just noise at the end of the day, and noise doesn't help. So,
wait, what did you say? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I heard you. I was just, someone got that joke. Get it? Because I wasn't listening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. That was clever. I like that.
Yep.
But Monty proven time and time again that maybe he should be the comedian instead of me. But anyway.
Oh, my Barbie girl.
I failed. I failed as a comedian. But anyway.
It's okay,
man. The best ones are usually at 30. I am only 18.
That's true.
It's
But
okay.
anyway, I'm going to end it. Unless anybody has anything else to say, I'm going to end it. No, we're all good? Yes? No?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I'm good.
Yeah, we're all good.
All right.
We're all good.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I apologize if I came off a little tired. It's just I had mountains to climb before this episode.
You sound good to me.
All right. I'm a little energized now. So
Yeah. Everything's all good.
Yeah.
Remember to wear your seatbelt, drink some water, or else I'll break your ankles if you don't. All right.
All right.
Hey, whatever works. That's what I say. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Raw Goats podcast.
Not.
Yeah.
Woo.
We'll add that, Kyle. That's a good one. And yeah, people, please, I'm gonna say please 25 more times, but actually, just to save your time, I'll just stick with the 3 that I just said, and maybe let me add one more. Please be enlightened and stay enlightened.
And speak to listen, not to respond. You feel me? Active listening, AP psychology. You gotta make sure the person knows that you're listening by responding to what they said. It's really that simple.
Yes, sir. I definitely agree with you, and I'm hearing you out. See that? Okay. All right. Never mind.
See that? See.
Never mind. But. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, don't be the sheep following the flock, be the goat running up the mountain. And with that, that's it, people. See ya.